Rodgers conversation because some may say he was snubbed on said list, but I don't know. I don't know. I like the quarterbacks. I can see. we, we didn't have to start. I was just yeah. So 2025. Yep. I don't know. Analyst Aaron Schultz and Seth Waiter, de facto general managers for the all quarter century team. So it's an ESPN thing. Okay, it makes a Yep. Yes. I just don't think like there had to have been a conversation with him and the Pittsburgh Steelers because the Pit months ago, February, as soon as free agency started, that I am signing with you guys, right? I'm just not exactly. This is the date I'm going to sign. I don't want anything known, but if you, I'm going to sign. Because there is no reason why they wouldn't have even looked in free agency for a quarterback. They would not have even drafted a quarterback in the draft if they were not 100% sure that they were just waiting for like ink to dry that for his signature, but everything had been done. There's no reason. I just that's the only thing I can think of because it just doesn't make any sense any other way. They did nothing. They did nothing. Why'd you let him walk? Hmm. With the quarterbacks that they had. Yes. Yeah. Hmm. Yep. Something like that. Breaks if he breaks Tomlin's streak. Oh, oh my God. Oh, that'd be horrible. Oh man, that would be horrible. Do you do what the what team was what the Broncos did that Super Bowl year with Peyton Manning? Do you the last one? Do you bench him? Do you bench Peyton Manning? Like remember when Peyton Manning was not doing well and they benched him for Brock Osweiler and then they were still winning, but then the last game of the season, they're like, oh, let's just bring what's his name back. Do you think that Tomlin and them could bench Rodgers? Man, man. Oh, that man's crazy, by the way. Not attempted murder. So he was originally arrested. Not arrested. He wasn't arrested. I mean, I say this alleged, not arrested. He was detained and brought in for questioning due to a shooting. He said it was self-defense. Um, and they brought him in. They let him go. They then started talking to some witnesses, and now they're like, I think we need you to come back in. But he's in Dubai. And his lawyer said he's not running. He's just was there to do some stuff and he's gonna come back soon. But yet in Dubai, he posted on social media that he was in Iran, which like okay, all right, but then everyone started saying, "No, sir, you're in Dubai." Right? But yeah, so you mentioned him, so I was like, okay, he isn't. Wait, there's a practice squad on this list. Uh-huh. Yes. Yes. Hmm. Yep. Multiple Super Bowls on two different teams. Yeah. I know you're not a fan of Rodgers. Like four-time MVP. That four-time MVP right there. If you're going off of not just the championships and you're going by individual performances, I would have to throw Rodgers over Patrick Mahomes. Rest of them, not Peyton Manning. The Super Bowls are impressive, right? But once again, it's a team thing. I think the four-time MVP is what's it? Brady has three-time MVP, but he's got way too many Super Bowls to keep him off the list. Peyton Manning's got five MVPs and only two Super Bowls. And then to me, the next one should be Aaron Rodgers with four MVPs and one Super Bowl. That's the 500 touchdowns. The 500 touchdowns is more than Peyton Manning, but you'd have to cut 2 years off of Peyton's thing because the resume only starts since 2000. So you can't count 1999 and 98, 99. So it's possible that if you took it, but still, I but yes, that's my first qualm with this list. But that's fine. I perfectly understand that one. I think Aaron Rodgers should be against Patrick Mahomes, and that's recency bias, which I think we'll see later on in this list. But at, that's just my thing. If you want to say Patrick Mahomes versus over Aaron Rodgers, I'm not too upset about that. Correct. Hmm. Hmm. Hey, pretty good. Yes. The the only one that they pick an argument comparing them to is Derrick Henry, who happens to have the better numbers of all of them. Right? Right. They say Henry's production really earns his spot on the list. His 4.9 yards per carry puts him well ahead of Adrian Peterson's 4.6. Well, and I don't believe that. And Ladainian's 4.3. Those are the only two that they compare them that number to, right? Yes. 145. This is MVP. MVP. the the number one. Yes. And the last quarter century. Correct. This that I said first I said I hadn't heard Priest Holmes' name in 15 years. Like for someone to bring up Priest Holmes on this list is ridiculous to me. Awesome. Awesome. No. It's Adrian Peterson. Not a big receiver. Uh-huh. Hmm. Yes. I, the only way you put reason you put those people on this list, and that when you say that this list is put together by ESPN, it's so the talking heads can argue about this. This is the only reason. There is no argument that they put down on paper to legitimize their picks. It even makes sense. It does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Hmm. If there's not a Super Bowl on this list for any one of these players, so saying that giving that as one of the reasons wouldn't work. It would just strictly be on their stats and their accolades, and there's no way that the last two MVPs from the running back position are not on this list. It makes no sense. It says as the best receiving back of the past 25 years, McCaffrey needs to be included on this roster. The best receiving back is why they put him on this list. The only the only thing I think of is they're really trying to put together a team, right? So you got your Thunder and your Lightning, right? But Ladainian Thompson is both Thunder and Lightning. True, true. And then Derrick Henry just brings it up and just he's everything else. Yes. Yes. in history. But did you see? And then you bring up someone from the 80s. Correct. Yep. Hmm. But I would have never those the three that they put up there aren't in that category. Derrick Henry could be. He very well could be. Yep. The fullback, man, I'm not gonna say much. Yep, exactly. I wouldn't even know of anyone else to put up there. Well, there was LaDainian Tomlinson's running back was pretty good. He was like a bowling ball. I can't remember. I want to say Turner, Nate. No, not. I forget what it was, but he was good. But when you got what's his name running in front of you, so hmm yep, of course, ever, ever, yes, shortened career, yes. Hmm. I got an argument. I got an argument for I got an argument why I don't think who I would put over Julio Jones. Uh-huh. Yep. Yes. Their practice squad is Antonio Brown and Andre Johnson. And I think this disrespect that they don't even have the guy that I'm about to mention on the practice squad. But I am picking Larry Fitzgerald over Julio Jones every day of the week. Yeah, over Andre Johnson and Antonio Brown. Julio, I mean, Larry Fitz is on that list. And all this is in 2000. He only played in the last 25 years. Yep. I find weird as well. Julio Jones, they got on a 5-time All Pro. Mm. Hmm. Hmm. That's if I have to take someone off the list, it's going to be maybe Marvin Harrison. For Marvin Harrison's got the championship. He had the success with Peyton, but he stat for stat, I don't think he's really messing with Larry Fitzgerald. But he's 7-time All Pro is got to be on the backs of Peyton Manning, right? Marvin Harrison is because if you're gonna put Marvin Harrison on there, why not throw Reggie Wayne on there, who had a career very similar when he was playing with with Peyton? But Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, the Justin Jefferson stuff is recency bias. They seem like they always got to add these ones to these young folks who may not know some of the names that they're really going to mention. But Justin Jefferson is on that list, right? Jamar Chase. Uh-huh. What he had in the 4 or 5 years he played, because he didn't really have the longevity. If those years in Pittsburgh are really his strongest years. Hmm. Hmm. Birth. Yeah. Hmm. Not even practice squad. Like Andre Johnson and Antonio Brown in your practice squad and over Larry Fitz. I, I, hmm I have got no problems with this list. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone. No problem with anyone on that list. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Hmm. Fanica, I remember him from yep. I got no one to argue. Practice squad. Nope. Nah, I gotta argue with that. I don't even know who he is. 7-time All Pro. This is maybe the first time I've heard his name. Wait, he needs to retire. Oh, but look at Willie Anderson. He played 4 years before that. Like Willie, I, I get he played most of his time in 2000, but I always think of him as an older offensive lineman than that. But yeah, I would. That's fine. Great. Mm-hmm. It's fairly new. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. The Watt brothers. I was gonna say JJ. TJ Watt's career is still going, but JJ not being on this list. Michael Strahan, I say Michael Strahan. because he started in like '93 and retired in 2007. Yeah, he retired after that championship, so he was out in 2007. So not putting him on the list, I get it. Uh, T.J. Watt, what did he win Defensive Player of the Year twice? At least twice. Not TJ. I meant JJ, but JJ. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make sense. Injuries. Yeah. Three defensive players in a year. And it's Miles Garrett has 102. He's present, but that shouldn't beat JJ Watt and probably TJ Watt. Yeah. Yeah, that just but Miles Garrett. But if you want to put Miles Garrett on your list because you're scared of him, I get it. Mhm. Yeah, they put Demarcus Ware and Jared Allen because of their sack numbers. Neither one of them were ever defensive player of the year. So, but they were big sack guys, which is what you want is from your edge rusher. So I get it. The Broncos. Mhm. No, no. Of course, you should. He only played 2 years with the Broncos. Hmm. Panthers, yeah. Uh-huh. Tackles, yep. Hmm. Just everywhere. Hmm. No. Oh, I see what they did. Okay. Yeah, I see what they did there. I see it. It makes no sense. Yes. Yes. Nose tackle defense because they're the. Mhm. he, he is one of the only players in history to win defensive player 3 times a year. There's no way he could be left off this list. So they just made a new spot for him. Edge rusher. Hmm. Yes. They're gonna do exactly best pass catcher. I of course. Hmm. Oh, he's got no hair. Exactly. That's the bald Brian Urlacher. Great. Injuries. Yep. Concussions. Hmm. Do you know who was good too? That's not an assistant who also had a shortened career. Remember Patrick Willis with the San Francisco 49? Oh, he was really good. He's in the 2000s. I think he was pro. I think he was an all pro all 7 years or something crazy. Yes. But he led the league in sack. What, how many times? Two or three times? Not sacks. I meant tackles, total tackles. Yeah. No. Hmm. He too was just like, yeah, it's not worth it. Yep. Guy made a good money and just like, yep, great. Hmm. Still playing some of them. Uh, I don't know. I don't think so. One time defensive player of the year. He was crazy, like unstoppable. Yeah, they got five of them, which of course. No, what? No. Uh-huh. Hmm. Ooh, that's a San Francisco 49. What, not 49ers? Oh no, Vikings. I don't know about like I'm trying to think who else was a dominating defensive back in that time. Yeah, he's good. Uh all right, yeah. Hmm. So yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, 4 of them. Yep. Uh-huh. The only one. Sure, sure. And Cam Chancellor? Earl Thomas the third. Okay. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, his new look. Yeah, that gray beard. Yeah. Mhm. Yes, definitely Hall of Famer. All these guys are Hall of Famers. Brian Dawkins, maybe. I don't think he is one. Is I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. Earl Thomas is definitely not a Hall of Famer yet. Mhm. Okay. All right, yeah, all Hall of Famers and Charles Woodson. So Earl Thomas being the only one not Hall of Fame on the list, then you got to throw Charles Woodson now and then put Earl Thomas on the practice squad. You just have. Hmm. He was it was Michigan's it was Michigan? Where did he play college? Yeah, Michigan Heisman Trophy winner. Hmm. Oh, then yeah, for sure. For sure. The practice squad. And like I said, Brian Dawkins got 4 years in the 90s as well. Right. So it's like it's not his time and how much time he spent in the 2000s. Earl Thomas, you should have probably got a bump down. No arguments. No arguments there. Oh, they said the only if you're going, as I said, if you're going by just his field goal percentage, his stats, then yes, you got Justin Tucker. But Adam Vinatieri and what was the Patriots kicker that kicked in big games? Not before Vinatieri, he played for the Patriots first, then he wanted to be in the kicker for the Colts. Is it Adam Vinatieri? Is that the guy? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, yeah. Vinatieri's got the he's got the championships. One, yeah. Sebastian Janikowski had a leg. Phil Dawson, he played for the Eagles. Huh? Mm-hmm. Yep. They got Robbie Gould on there. Your boy Robbie Gould. Yeah. And, and I'm gonna tell you what, it was in the 90s before this year. Like Justin Tucker had a really bad year. Shane Leckler? Okay. Exactly. It should be. Cordarrelle Patterson is a practice squad who is yes, he should. Matt Slater, yeah. Matt just yes. What? Okay. I don't This is just coaches, right? Do they have to have played coach the position? I guess. Okay. Because I'll give Kyle Shanahan. Wade Phillips, you know who you know who my pick is? Steve Spagnuolo for Steve Spagnuolo. The biggest question. Yes, yes. I still don't get this Wade Phillips defense over. I just don't see how because he was the I believe he was the defensive coordinator on the Broncos when they won that championship. He was, right? That's one championship in those 20 years. He was a head coach, didn't do very good at being a head coach for the was he the Ravens? They're not. Spagnola, Buddy Ryan back in the day. Vic Fangio. He's back. I listen, you have Spagnola taking the Giants team that beat the Patriots team that was 18 and 0 at the time. And then you have what he's been doing with the Kansas City Chiefs for the last couple of years. There is no way Wade Phillips is on this list over him, in my opinion. Just no. Nope. Nope. Still doing it. Still doing it. Wade. Um, yes. God damn it. Exactly. It's gotta be for just people talking mess. And when I heard on the radio, they said, oh yeah, Christian McCaffrey deserves being listed. I said, what? I turned the radio down. I was like, I don't need to hear the rest of this junk. I think he's too. He's he's not. He's not. And what was the LaDainian Tomlinson was on the practice squad. They didn't even think about Adrian Peterson. Like like I said, the fact that Adrian Peterson and LaDainian Thompson are your last non-quarterback running back MVPs of the league, you have to put them on that list. He has not done that. None of none of these guys have. Mm-mm, no, because Sean Alexander has some years in there, but not enough to remember Sean Alexander for the Seattle Seahawks. and if And if you were talking about pure longevity, you can't forget Frank Gore. You can't, like numbers wise, he's gonna dwarf everybody. To be perfectly honest with you, but I get not having him on this list. He did, yep. Which would have never been broken. Which would have never been broken. Yes, that's what they mentioned. They were talking about him. LaShawn McCoy was the one that they said, but should have. He was. He was. He was. Uh-huh. Yes. You know, it was decent. It was good. Like I said, I only had an issue with the Rodgers thing, but not a big issue. Not a big issue. The running backs, huge issue. And that's really about it. Everything else, it's okay. Larry Fitzgerald not making the list, don't like it. Think you need to have show love for a guy who came to work every single day and put 17 years and just put up numbers. Honestly, you know what? If you also want to put Mike Evans on that list, I wouldn't have been upset. I wouldn't have been upset. So, mhm. just just coming to work every day and putting up numbers every year. Mhm. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. But it, yes, it's for them to yell at each other tomorrow or early later on today and figure it out. But yeah, it was it's been slow. It's been slow. The worst news coming out is like you said, it's coming out from Cincinnati, not signing any of their people. They said that they're talking again, that they're back to talking. I don't know about in faith, but the one about that rookie who might go back into the draft if they can't work on a deal, and usually the rookie since they really made the rookie wage scale, you don't have too many of these anymore. Okay. Th- Yeah. Th- this one, have you heard of what's going on with this one? That they want to possibly not make his whole contract guaranteed, which would have been like unheard of. And he's like, you will not do this against me. He's like, if you gave me the same contract or same wording that you gave the other people forever, I'd sign. But they want to have out years on a rookie deal. He's like, no. Yes. Tate. Hmm. And you drafted him in the first round. I'm not. I'm not. They have been making Jerry Jones and the Cowboys look like contract geniuses with what they've been doing with Higgins and then Jamar Chase waiting as long as they did with him and Hendricks and that it's ridiculous what they're doing. So yeah, Is number one Evan Neal, or is he already a bust? Oh, you already know how I feel about that. Thank you. But I can. That's not very good. They should have just said that. He's got great hair. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. At the end of this set. Yes. After he played the Giants and then went crazy. For yes. Will Bus. It's hard for the court. The court. It's the thing about the thing about Bryce is a bust means he doesn't get his second contract, a big second contract, right? Which is probably doable. You can't, he's on his second contract, so it's hard to call a man a bust who has got a huge $50 million contract from the team. That so it's hard to call him a bust. So yes. Yeah, they already got the contract. So now he's playing. He's not, he's probably still not playing on that contract. He's got to be. Oh, Jesus Christ. Then he's definitely, you could call him a bust all you want. He's playing 3, 4 more years, right? So, I don't know if he was a bust or he was always going to be a a project. Yes. It would have been difficult to live up to those expectations. Mm-hmm. That's he may not start the season, so he's already injured. So that this looks it looks tough. Yep. hmm That by bust they mean he's not going to get another contract, and that's very possible. He's not going to get a long-term contract. He'll sign 1 to 2 year deals for probably $10 million, if that's what they're talking about. Running backs is difficult to. I wouldn't call him a bust, but it's just yeah. But the Jags in general have not been great. hmm Will bust has busted because he's moving to the guard position. They're talking about college, like which does not matter when he's got 4 years or 3 years of NFL tape on film, and he's not even playing the position anymore. Mm-hmm. They're for your father and grandfather's murder she wrote it. Who's watching? It's the nursing homes that leave it on that channel and they just never cut off. It's probably a bust. Okay. I think they I think the Raiders I think the Raiders have a bounce back year this year. I think they do well. Decent head coach, got a decent quarterback. Yeah. Mm. There is I wanted to mention who was the Packers safety that they just got rid of, or they just Jay Alexander. I have heard evil things about the Eagles getting him. Did they get him? Please say that. Good. Oh, good God. Oh, I saw something that the Eagles were signing him, and I was gonna be upset. Good, 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 good. Mm. Yeah, not bad then. Source that says the Bus family to sell the Lakers valued at $10 billion. Jeannie's dating that comedian. Oh, what is his name? Yeah, I think it's I think what more. What's his name? You know. Yes. Jay Moore. Jay I found it. Yes. Yep. They're currently married. They're currently married. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So I saw something, a story that he said that he was talking to Dennis Rodman about how he's married his girlfriend, I guess at the time, was working with the Lakers or whatever like that or something like that. She works with the Lakers, Jeannie Buss. He's like, oh, okay. Oh, she one of those Laker cheerleaders? He was like, no, no, not a cheerleader. But I just thought that was funny. Like Rodman doesn't care. Not Rodman doesn't know. Carmen Electra. Yes. He's like, oh, you dating cheerleaders again. Hey, hey. Just seven, uh, 76. So, oof, oof, mm. That man always looked in pain. His shoulders looked like yes, yes, just just looking like just all arthritic. Just no, they have not hired anybody. They have not hired anyone. I, okay, I think I told this to Chris. I said it's the wrong move if you don't have a replacement in mind. Right. And it's a stupid move if you have a replacement in mind, but that replacement is currently on another team. Right. It's like not the wrong move. It's dumb because the Knicks have to ask for permission to interview these guys. And then teams are going to be like, no, I'm not giving you my current head coach to go to your team. It's just not gonna happen. So to me, when they fired them, I said, okay, they're looking for a Mike Malone, someone who's got championship experience, who's available. I didn't even possibly think about coaches on other teams at the moment. It doesn't even make sense to me. Yes. Again, they did that already. Mm. We were just gonna interview him. We weren't taking him from you just yet. Oh, that's what it would have been. There's no third round. They want to interview Jason Kidd, who currently works for the Mavs. I'm like, guys, come on, man. They wanted to interview Ume Udoka, who is turning around the Houston Rockets franchise. I said, I understand you think you're the Knicks. I don't know where you got you're in New York. These guys are having contracts. They're under contract as we speak. The compensation it would take to get Ume Doka from the Rockets. What are you doing? It's a lot. It costs you nothing to go get someone. So if you're firing your head coach, you have to have someone like Tibbs. If he had a bad year, then that's different. But someone who had a really good year, has had a really good time with the Knicks. If you're firing him, you have to have someone in mind who's available. Like they should have had the all right, and the Knicks have hired. It should have been quick. You know what I mean? Because the guy that you want, you've possibly talked to, some back channel conversations, agents have contacted, something. But for this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. They, I saw a video earlier today of Danilo Gallinari, who used to play for the New York Knicks, and he was talking about his time with the Knicks. He said, "I loved playing in New York. The team was starting to do better. We had a good thing going on. I loved playing in New York City. I was having some of the best ball I've ever played." He said the trade deadline comes along was coming along. The GM of the team and the president and things are telling me that I am safe. They want me to be a New York Knick. He says, come trade deadline, I get traded and four other players go to Denver for Carmelo Anthony because the owner decided he wanted to get Carmelo Anthony. And I hope, because the Dolan hate has subsided. Like the Knicks have been playing so good that nobody was yelling "sell the Knicks" at games anymore. He still owns the Knicks. Exactly. It quieted everything. And what Danilo Gallinari brought up was like, he still could do it at any time. So the question is, I'm gonna tell you, during the playoff run, James Dolan was signing basketballs outside of New York Knicks Stadium, the Garden, when they were winning. Nobody wants a James Dolan autograph. But the Knicks was winning, and no one, they forgot all about sell the Knicks chance that was going on. And now he got full of himself and possibly pulled the trigger way too early. Yeah. 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 I'm not happy. I mm-hmm. But I think he earned one more year. It's like even if you didn't like some of the things that he did, even if you don't like the fact that he's possibly running your players into the ground, and maybe that's part of the reason. Maybe they're looking at it like, listen, man, we're going to sign Jalen Brunson to another large contract. He's probably got one more large contract in him. Uh, we don't want him to be a puddle on the ground with when when we gotta sign him. So let's not run our star player into the ground. So that it's 20, it's not 27, 28. Like, and he's gonna get a next contract by 29. Right. He signed the short-term deal, team-friendly deal to bring players in. So he knows he wants to get another contract at 29. You can't burn that man, break that man down. So yeah, he's good. He's got we. When I saw his name mentioned, I said, "Oh, we don't know have a clue what we're doing. We don't have a clue." Oh man. So the NBA championship is going to end this weekend, somewhat probably tomorrow. But if worst case scenario, Sunday's game 7, I think. Um, the NBA draft is next Wednesday. I think 7 days from now, either or Thursday. I can't remember, but it's next week. It happens so fast right after the season, like so fast. Uh, the NBA is going to a 2-day format on their draft. They claim it's not for TV. They claim it's so that that it would give teams longer time to make players, to pick their players. They're doing it for the teams, not for TV and viewers and because somebody's paying them to show. They only have 2 rounds. They, and some teams only have two picks. You got two picks. Like the Knicks have one pick this year, pick number 50. I don't think they need. I don't think they need 2 days to make that pick. Yeah, you can get them. You can. You can. Yeah. So, and and thing that I didn't know about, the NBA teams made trades last week. Like the Orlando Magic traded Cole Anthony to, was it the Pistons? I don't think it was Memphis. But but Desmond Bain, the season was still going as far as I'm concerned. I couldn't quite understand why they could do that, but okay. Yeah, doesn't make any sense. No. You didn't care about round two. You did not care about round two at all. Hmm. Maybe a trade happens, right? That's what you're there for. Maybe someone gets traded. That's about it. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, it was, well, who they take? It was Marco Rubio. I know he was the one that they took, but yes, it was a bunch of point guards they took. Yeah, I still remember that Steph Curry. He got picked right before the Knicks. Golden State, the next pick. Would the Knicks have picked Steph Curry? Probably not. They were known for they were known for having poor drafts. But it was, when I seen him, I wanted him there. I wanted him to pick him. Even though he was real skinny, kid from Davidson, I thought he'd be pretty good. But it wasn't. Oh, we could have. So, Jordan Hill lasted a hot season and a half or 2 seasons. He did not play long. Not for us. Hmm. To beat, yep. He played for a while until the injuries killed him. Johnny Flynn then wind up going to the Knicks at one point in time. But I remember Johnny Flynn. He played for the Syracuse, came from Syracuse. The Knicks needed a point guard so bad in that draft. And I remember just seeing him go off the board going, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, he's done. He's done. Yeah. Still plays. Still plays. Mhm. Yeah, doesn't retire. Doesn't play anymore. Mm. So yes, top 70, top 75 already. Just like when they redid it, it's like, yeah, we gotta throw him in the mix. Definitely. Hmm. like their stuff. It was yeah, we're not known for doing good drafts. That's something. Mm. I thought I knew James Johnson. Do you know why I know James Johnson? He's one of the most feared men in the NBA because no, he's 22 and 0 in kickboxing record. He's got a family of black belts. There is it like entire family is black belts. Yes, he is a black belt in karate. Johnson also claims a kickboxing record of 20 and 0 and has also fought in MMA. Yeah, I've heard NBA players say, "Yeah, we don't mess with that man." That's a man. When you said it, I was like, I know that name. Yep, yeah, a killer. He's still playing, I think. So, yeah. Wait a minute, he is currently playing in the NBA Finals right now, or he's on the Indiana Pacers. And whether he's playing on, or if he, whether he made the 15-man roster, who knows? But he's currently playing. He's on the team. Hmm. Yeah, that's a G League probably. Just a jersey, just a whole house full of jerseys he used to play. and and it looks like it's the Minnesota Timberwolves farm system. Mhm. Oh, I oh man. All right.